third down during the regular
It's
season.
pretty interesting, but it is very different.
Sometimes that's just who you are, right? If you're good at something during, as you said, during the regular season, so what if it's with a bunch of guys you're unfamiliar with? It's third down, he finds a way to convert. All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, mini camp, and just regular season. They got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Restarts for the NFC first.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. In that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up.
And that's going to be caught. Touchdown NFC. From 6 yards away. Yeah, the NFC has
gotta remember he's still young.
Well, we saw that tandem hook up quite a few times during
this
the regular season, didn't we?
He certainly did, and it continues now in the
just 1 month.
You have to know that even if they didn't consciously plan it, you do try and find guys you're familiar with in a game like this.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. A first-time Pro Bowler. Here's James Conner of the Steelers. Kyle Fuller of the Bears up to make the tackle.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock.
They legit added these fucking...
Catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around.
They added these fucking trick plays and everything in
their
here.
3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Wow.
On third down, it's Conner. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Now the NFC going to take a time out their second,
a fucking boot?
As they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
What?
I got put in a boot.
Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th.
My fucking foot is in a boot.
It's Mahomes. Well, the NFC pressure a little too much as they get home for the sack. Khalil Mack. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Madden?
And partner, I'm not really sure what in the world they were thinking on 4th and long there at this stage in the game, but you think social media may be firing up a little bit right now?
It's different.
It's trending right now.
It's different.
There's no doubt about it. People wonder what that decision was. But it takes me back to a number of years ago. A very successful coach in the league had told himself before a playoff game he was going to be aggressive. No matter what.
And that's going to be caught. Touchdown NFC. Michael Thomas in the final seconds of the first half. And the NFC adds on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook.
You got to remember, this is still a beta.
Let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff. Because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point.
Yeah,
and
still a beta.
This one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Mahomes now on first down. And he took that in one-handed. What a grab.
Dude.
A very good
These
move
fucking
for a relatively
screens
modest
are
gain out near
vicious.
the 32. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Oh, my.
So we've reached halftime of the 2019 Pro Bowl with the NFC on top.
Which one?
This is taken at his 4. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
I'm trying to run some different stuff in there. I want to see.
The reason the NFC come up now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Working from the gun, it's Breeze.
Oh, let me search for anything.
Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there, almost
6.
intercepted. Instead, it's just second down. When you think about the history of this Pro Bowl game, there was an all-star game going all the way back to 1939, but it officially became called the Pro Bowl in, I think, 1951.
You're exactly right, and that game was played out in L.A., in the same stadium where the L.A. Rams currently play. And back then, they split it into conferences, the American Conference versus the National Conference. The American Conference won 28-27. MVP of the game, quarterback Otto Graham, nickname Automatic.
First catch so far for Julio. He's got a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure on the passer.
Myles Garrett of the Browns there to bring him down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
It was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now Breeze. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. He got 18 yards out of that one.
8 touchdowns out of cutaway.
If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because
they're different.
Just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender.
What the fuck is this under? What is it? App?
The defender does.
Yeah,
oh, no.
Access.
Go. EA Access. Go purchase
of course,
store.
For many folks our age, the Pro Bowl always meant a trip to Hawaii. You know, they held it there from 80 till 09, and again for a handful of years in this decade before the last 3 being here in Orlando.
You can get it in the store, too.
No doubt about it. For getting to go to Hawaii.
Yeah, that's how I did mine.
Imagine being
I did
named
mine
a
in the
Pro
store.
Bowler and going home and telling your family.
Okay, so tell me how to get it on here. Because I'm already on here.
Go into the store, type in EA, it'll pull up EA Access.
Plus,
No, it doesn't pull up anything. I'm not even going to search.
I think it's a big deal and a good thing to have it.
Did you go up to search?
He was looking for Adam Thielen there, and that'll bring up second down.
Basically, you're not going to outwork 2 guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. Now he'll dump it up.
So you're in the PlayStation store, so.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
Okay.
It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th down.
The top, and then at the top right, it should have that little search icon. You can hit that and type in EA, and it'll pull up EA Access. It'll pull up the hub, and then you can order, and then right beneath it, it pulls up
and as they
1
come
month.
to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Yeah.
And the kick by Rosas is good. And that will give them a 12-point lead. So they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish.
That's not Mahomes' fault,
still 8 up time, got points.
Oh my God.
So while it's not mission accomplished,
that's us having to get used to Madden 20.
He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Mahomes in the AFC now with a 1st and 10
you fucking
at their
piece of shit.
25-yard line. Now Mahomes, and he cannot get rid of it. The NFC getting in there for the sack. Aaron Donald with a sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack
this middle high low, but I don't see it.
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete.
Gordon.
They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat on the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play. And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Mahomes going to go on 4th down. He's going to loft one deep left side here.
What the fuck?
It away, and it falls down incomplete. Getting a hand in there and knocking it away, Eddie Jackson. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
Ready. Y'all waiting? To kill. Let go defense. Let go defense.
On 2nd down, here's Breeze. That's caught. It's Thomas. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Breeze to his Saints teammate Thomas for the NFC first.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did.
And that's going to be caught. Touchdown, NFC. A 5-yard touchdown. And the NFC able to use the short field as they cash in for 6. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. On 1st down, Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better. And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves them from a 3-and-out. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Oh, no. This is going to be interesting.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Well, the NFC pressure a little too much as they get home for the sack. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the
definitely
closing
going to have
seconds.
to pick the Patriots
Gonna need better
playbook.
protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. To throw, it's Mahomes. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this
I just
football
ended my
game.
game.
So, Charles, a victory for the NFC.
Oh, yeah, 26-7.
We had some fun, didn't we?
Absolutely.
A lot of excitement,
Yeah, I got the
some
shit
big
beat out
plays
of
to
me.
watch. A lot of
This is the first Madden game I played in fucking damn near a month.
Welcome to Madden NFL 20. Here you can try the all-new...
I've already got it.
No, he didn't catch that. Get out of here.
So that's the only thing we can play? Oh. Yeah. Mine's at 25%. I'm going to play as the NFC on all Madden. And I'm going to play with New England's playbook. Kick. Yeah, I'm going to play the AFC. Chris Harris Jr. got shut down X Factor. That makes sense. Wouldn't you say? You agree with that? Todd Gurley.
Hello, everyone. It's the coach.
lot of
Welcome to
X-Factor.
EA Sports
Jesus.
coverage of the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl from right here in Orlando, Florida. Coming up, the AFC looking to make it 3 in a row as they square off against their rivals from the NFC. I'll be back at halftime, but first, let's get you downtown at Camping World Stadium. Standing by our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Straight ahead, bragging rights on the line in the 46th meeting of the AFC and the NFC in the 2019 NFL Pro Bowl.
What, you getting your ass kicked?
As always, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, Rams and Patriots still a week
I'm
away.
playing
We'll
with the
touch
NFC.
on that later, but as
Yeah.
Coach said, the AFC coming in here on a 2-game win streak.
And I love the fact that it's back to AFC versus NFC. We had that little time frame with captain's picks, and there was no
I didn't.
side.
Your internet
I
keeps
didn't like
going in and
that.
out.
So let's see if the NFC can get into it. Drew Brees will be their starting quarterback. Probably a little perturbed about how his season ended. And Patrick Mahomes from Kansas City, what a second season for that youngster.
Aldrich Rosas of the Giants has the honors as we get underway in the NFL Pro Bowl. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The AFC heading out on offense, and leading him is number 15 from the Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, in his first ever Pro Bowl.
Get your tux, get your best suit. Let's head to the red carpet. NFL Honors is coming up, and he will be the heavy favorite to be the NFL MVP. And let's face it, we'll see him here at the Pro Bowl many times to come in future years.
A second-time Pro Bowler here. This is the Chargers' Melvin Gordon. And he'll get this one up to the 26. He was taken down by Ryan Kerrigan of Washington. Time for a check of the starting offensive unit here for the AFC.
It's not often we start a game talking about an offensive lineman, but with Quentin Nelson, I absolutely have to do that. The rookie out of Notre Dame transformed not only an offensive line in 2018, he transformed an offense. In fact, he was the only guard ever named Rookie of the Month, and he did so in October of last year.
To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 23 yards on the play.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And complete, right side to Cook. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. A look at the starters defensively now for the NFC.
Playing in his 11th season in the NFL is defensive back Malcolm Jenkins, who entered with the New Orleans Saints as a cornerback before shifting back to safety, where he's had his best years. Terrific football IQ, tremendous tackler, can also guard receivers in the slot.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Here's a carry for James Conner of the Steelers. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Mahomes to his KC teammate Kelsey for the AFC first. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Yellow. On the line, right? All day, you got tape. You got tape. You got tape right there. Right side.
Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. Fights off another.
They really do sharp tackles in this.
It's a 14-yard pickup, but it'll still be 2nd down. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
Well, that takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Check. Fresno. Sammy.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Breeze now on 1st down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was looking for Todd Gurley. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Derwin James, the all-pro safety, is a rookie there to knock it away.
But one thing's for sure, when you've got a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
You had to figure they'd try and get the ball to Julio early, and they did it right there. And it doesn't take a degree from MIT to know that, so you had to figure, what's up with the defense? You should know that that's coming right away.
Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
Offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17. 2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. Back to more NFL action on EA Sports after this. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Slam. Shit, watch the shit. Easy, opposite.
2 Pro Bowls in 2 years for this man. It's Alvin Kamara of the Saints. He will push his way down to about the 14. Now the AFC going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
55. Right there in the middle. 55. Too low.
Breeze to throw for it on 4th. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown NFC. A 14-yard touchdown. And the NFC is in for 6. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The AFC offense making their way back out. Well, we can continue to talk Pro Bowl as we go along, but let's talk a little Super Bowl. Super Bowl 53, 1 week from today over in Atlanta, New England taking on the Rams. Time for your Super Bowl predictions. There goes Melvin Gordon, the 20, and all the way in for the touchdown. Melvin Gordon, 75 yards. And the AFC is an extra point away from tying this game up. That's what we want right there, CD. It's a Pro Bowl. Give us some of these long touchdowns.
We want plays that cover a lot of ground. We want long-distance plays, whether long-distance runs, long-distance passes. It doesn't matter. In the Pro Bowl, big plays are what we're all looking for.
Extra point up and through by Myers. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. 1 play, 75 yards, 6 points. This fielded at the 2. Oh, twisting away. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Hello. What's up, man?
The offense for the NFC back out there. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent up to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, Why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because
in there
that
like
drive
boot hair.
Now the pressure gets
Like
home.
an elephant's asshole.
Here you go.
No, we're gonna play together, right?
What?
We're gonna play 1v1. Don't get scared now.
AFC comes up with a sack.
Yeah, fool.
Great
You
job
need to get a feel for
defensively.
this
I think he was trying to go
No,
through his
I
progressions,
need to
find
bust
someone to
your
get rid of the
ass.
football before he knew it, he
ASAP.
was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That
Good
led to the
luck
sack.
when you have all these hours in it. Think you only get 10.
Considering I've been playing for 7, I'm pretty sure I'm...
Oh, you better slow down.
Been playing this
Otherwise,
shit
we're
for
not
7
gonna be able to
hours.
play. We're not gonna be able. And now you're just telling us? You just texting us now?
A first throw for the backup Wilson. He's got his all-pro receiver Michael Thomas. Now the AFC going to take a timeout. It's their second as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
3 days.
Yeah.
You said 20, damn.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
I think you're going for 2, but
On the toss,
just kept
it's
coming.
Gurley. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Now the AFC going to use their final timeout of the half as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Wilson and the offense not coming off the field. They're going for it on 4th.
The what?
They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey.
I don't think that was an interception. His foot was out of bounds, sir.
On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was
Switch it
better
up and
defensively
try
there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down. Where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over the deeper position.
Oh, he's got
It's really hard to intercept.
Complete. This time starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
It's really hard to
I spent a lot of
intercept.
time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
So you throw it crazy and it won't get picked off right away?
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice.
Mahomes now on first down. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown! DeAndre Hopkins in the final seconds of the first half. And the AFC has taken the lead. So they're able to break the tie just before halftime. Now they just don't want anything crazy to happen on the ensuing kickoff.
Yeah, they want
Buy me some,
the extra
please.
point,
I'm hungry.
get the kickoff taken care of, and get to the locker room with the lead that they fought so hard to get.
Myers connects on the PAT. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
She said she's giving me
The
a
kickoff unit
12
is
pack.
out on the field, and they will send this one away.
$25.
This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
Seth, it's really fucking hard, though. This game is not something to fuck around with.
Final play of the
They
half.
haven't
It's
been playing
Wilson.
Madden since fucking like 1995.
Looking
Every
long for
year, bro.
Thomas.
Yes, Seth, I
Getting double
understand that.
coverage, and it's
But
intercepted.
you have a total of like 3 seconds.
And his
Okay.
guys will
Are you
take
gonna listen, or
over
are you
at
just
the
gonna keep jabbing?
25-yard line.
I'm not going to
And now, due to apparent time constraints, we
You have
fast
about
forward to the
3
beginning
seconds
of the second half.
to throw the football before you get sacked.
What?
Yeah.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Fast and short.
This fielded at the 2.
Yeah, pretty much.
And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
But they fixed the defense.
Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. Bottom line, he's got to figure things out. He's completed 3 passes, but 2 of them have been to the wrong team so far.
And when we talk about the best quarterbacks, we're usually talking about touchdown-to-interception ratio, aren't we? And 2 to 1 is acceptable, but the top line guys, 3 to 1 or better is what they're looking for.
Did OBJ not make it to the Pro Bowl?
Interceptions versus completions. That's not a ratio should ever be in any discussion.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. And Jones has it over the middle. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The number 1 pick, Myles Garrett, coming in to drop him.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him?
Pressure, they got him again. Jarrell Casey with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
He'll air it out deep for Thomas. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Okay, well, are you driving or not? No, not coming.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Here we go on 4th with Wilson. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. So that's the 2nd time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped him 2 out of 3 times. Usually, you have 4th down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go, and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game. And this is an example breaking down the defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary.
I'm already at 99, Darren. Yeah.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
I'm ready for it. Alrighty.
And that's when it's fun to play.
I got all my money for
diagnose a play right from the beginning.
Buy $200
Put your settings on competitive, Seth.
That's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
What?
Put your settings. No, put it on competitive. That's how you're going to be able to. Everybody's going to play on competitive. That's how you'll be able to get the feel for
beating. I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is,
I'm not going to lie,
big
this
man
is
with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
He's pissed.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
I wasn't leaving.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he's got the completion to Hopkins.
That's the best Mexican food
inside the 40. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Khalil Mack of the Bears, the one to make the tackle. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
The AFC thus far on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Working from the gun, Mahomes going deep for Hopkins. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins.
Had to give it to him to hit his bait. What do you mean? You already ate everything.
This is going to be neat, though. This is going to be neat.
Can you start your franchise right away? Set it up.
Damn, I'm only
Is your whole game downloaded? What?
No,
Holy
26%.
How have you been playing it all day? Liar.
Alright, I'm going to put my stuff in rest mode.